Hey everybody, welcome back to another episode of Gear Gaming 365's Descent into Avernus. It has been 17 or 16 episodes so far. That's approximately 17 weeks. Now, we only play in real world every other week. That's how we upload them to the YouTube channel. So it's actually taken us twice as long to get to hell in the actual campaign. First of all, say hello, everybody. Hello.
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 Peyton's, of course,
Hello.
muted when I asked for everybody to say hello. That's just the way it goes. Obviously, we're super excited to be here today. We've got a real quick announcement, though, for you guys at home. So stay tuned for Rachel.
Was scrolling Twitter like I do, and someone asked for a t-shirt promoter. Having never done it, I was intrigued. So I said, sure, I would love to promote some t-shirts. So we're still kind of ironing out the actual agreement and everything. But coming up here in the near future, I actually put the web link in our chat. That's the web link that I put there. It's going to be on the website and everything so that people can go through us to find it. But I and Will are going to be promoting t-shirts for Dungeon Glitch. They are on Twitter. I haven't found them on Instagram, so that information will be coming as I get a hold of it. But it's at Dungeon Glitch on Twitter, capital D, capital G, all one word, obviously. So we are going to be, they do Dungeons and Dragons themed t-shirts. And they've got some really cool ones on there. And they are having a 15% off sale right now. So if you wanted to go click on the link or, copy it from this video when it gets loaded, check out their, thank you, Lucca. Check out their webpage. They have 3 pages of different t-shirt designs.
Super
so,
awesome. Super exciting.
Yeah.
Let me tell you what, guys. This is going to be good. This is going to be so great. We get to be t-shirt promoters. I also want to give a quick shout out to Awesome Something in Anacortes, Washington. If you have not been to their little cool store over in Anacortes, you should check it out. Or Awesome Something, Google them online, check them out. They're really awesome. They sell some of our Gear Gaming 365 merchandise, and those guys over there are super fantastic. Anybody else got anything before we start?
They are on Facebook and Instagram at Awesome Something Anacortes. So
future audience that will surely root for Lucca's endeavors. You guys show up for this, and I will get a shirt that I design of my classic Vicious Mockery line. You look remarkably like someone suffering a heart attack, so let's make it happen.
We should totally make that happen.
I can make that happen.
We will make that happen at 150 subscribers to our YouTube channel. How about that, Lucca?
Hey!
Heck yeah. All right. Support your lawful evil theme block.
The drive to 150. So
Heck yeah.
I got super excited to play today's episode, and I've spent a bit of time doing my Dungeon Master prep. Before you guys see a picture, this picture is to help set the mood of what's going on in Avernus. Okay. Second of all, I updated our playlist, so we have all new music across the entire campaign. Let me begin playing that.
Boy.
So, let me tell you what, the heat is oppressive. The streets are destroyed. There are the smells of brimstone and sulfur, sweat, gore, and blood in your nostrils. You guys have arrived in the city of El Terrell, looked around you, and seen the destruction that has befallen this once beautiful city, this once holy city of El Terrell. Everything around you is unfamiliar and somewhat chaotic, you might say. The constant sound of a distant battle rumble in the background. Far below the city of El Terrell rages on the blood war between demons and devils. I think, ladies and gentlemen, that we're about to have one hell of a time.
You know, if I was a betting man, I'd say that it looks a little chaotic and disgruntled here.
You might say that just a bit. So I have a nifty handout for you guys. This is a map of El Terrell. Now I'm actually going to show it to you guys, and I'm also going to go ahead and shift you over one scene to the actual map that I just kind of revealed. But this will be in your journal, and then you can take a look at it wherever you want. You guys have arrived in the city of El Terrell right here. Boom. This is where you have arrived. Before I go any further, does anyone have any questions, comments, concerns? That is most fantastic. I'm glad to hear that. See, you arrive in El Terrell and you've got with you a little flying elephant. A
Yes.
teenage female veteran named Rhea Mantelborn and the the Lulu,
The Holophant.
the Hollyphant, are with you as you guys arrive in Hell. And I would like both Peyton and Rachel to do me a favor and mute your ears, please, and thank you very much.
You mean Catman and Robyn?
Yes, Catman and Robyn, mute your ears.
I don't respond to my earthly name.
Understood. I'll remember that. Lucca, you've
Yes.
arrived in the first layer of Hell. You are standing on a street with your party. There is a whisper in the back of your mind. Ah, finally, we are here.
You and me both. Now, let's get down to brass tacks business.
Yes, your master. He will be pleased that you are here. Tell me again what it is I can do to help you.
I need a legitimate contract so that I can exact the loophole in mine. If I can get some fool to sign on the dotted line, I promised Bell a soul, and a soul he will have. Then
You signed a contract?
oh, formalities, I suppose.
Did you read it?
I believe so.
Interesting.
That's a sign to come back.
Yes, that's
Yeah.
the sign to come back. Come on back.
Come on back on, y'all.
Come on back now, y'all. So you guys arrive in El Terrell on a city street that is mostly abandoned. You guys are standing there kind of looking around, getting your bearings on things when Jack, you begin to feel very uneasy. You feel trepidation, anxiety, but you realize that these feelings are not your own. moments after this feeling sort of like sinks into you, and you realize that this isn't what I'm feeling right this moment in time. Where could it be coming from? You hear a scream of a young child. Seconds later, in front of you on the street, passes a young boy running at top of his speed. He hits this little broken piece of debris right there, trips and falls behind this well. Not a moment too soon afterwards, another little young lad comes running past the well and slides down and sort of covers near his brother, trying to help him up, but the little boy seems to be hurt. Just a fraction of a second later, a woman comes into view. She sees the two young lads there. Just a few more minutes. We can make it. I need everyone to roll initiative.
Oh, wow.
So you guys arrive in El Terrell and automatically jump right into a fight.
This is what Jag is made for right here.
Alrighty.
All right, Lucca Tradowski, you have seen these individuals sort of like come across your view. You can tell that the commoner right there, the female, she's got a bow and arrow. She is also looking down at the two children. She's turned around, she's grabbed an arrow from her quiver, she's drawn it back, and she is aiming down the street this sort of a direction, in a, westernly direction. What do you want to do?
Okay. Let's get... That's not gonna work. Screw it, act fast. I will move up to the cart. Can I see these fine individuals?
You can see three individuals, probably about 30 feet behind the civilians, the mother and her two child. You see three of these guys that look like they are pursuing them, hungrily drooling from their mouth. Oh, they're going to make such great slaves, they say in Infernal.
I'm going to look at these three and free interaction yell for them to go that way, idiots! And then I will introduce these lovely gentlemen to the Eldritch Blast flavor of my bang stick. Oh. This is my least favorite activity here.
Which one are you aiming at there, Lucca?
I'll aim center, because he's probably the least savory person.
Alright, hold on just a moment. I gotta look at something real quick while I determine whether or not your attack hit or miss. Don't mind the playlist, it's a lot of rock and roll, if you guys can't tell. Realized that I had all the songs set on their basic levels. I'll need to turn them down as they come on. If something gets a little bit too loud, please speak up. Alright, you're gonna hit Nod square in the chest.
Ooh.
Roll your damage, sir.
I'd love to. Oh.
2 points of damage.
You and me
are
both.
5th level, so you get another beam, don't you?
I do. A little disappointed. I will aim at the one north of the middle person and see if that is a viable target.
You gotta hit Blast. Blast will take that hit right
Cool.
square in his chest. Good job.
Alright. Sucks to be a hype man. Yep.
7 points of damage. Ouch. Loss and Nod are both aware of your presence. What do you wish to do?
Oh, it's a good thing that I have 5 feet of movement, because I'm gonna drop back 5 feet and heroically bonus action hide as best I can.
Awesome. Give me that stealth roll. Oh, ho, ho. Blending in with the surroundings is your bag of tricks. Never should have questioned it. Rhea,
Okay.
Mantlemore. You got your action and your bonus action done. It's done.
Yeah.
I have her sheet up unless you do.
That's fine. Whoever's doing it,
Okay.
do it to it, prove it.
Got it.
Pitter patter,
Cool.
let's get at her.
So she is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
Running towards the helpless civilians.
Probably can't see anybody.
As fast as she possibly can. Give me. She can see the bearded devils from there. It's not too stretch of an imagination.
Okay.
To like look around that corner there and see them.
For line of sight purposes, like the northernmost one, I think is
Oh yeah, for
the
sure.
most likely target. So she's gonna pull her heavy crossbow
Pull it off of her hip.
and yeah,
Slap a bolt
and
into
take
it. Crank it back.
take a
Ow!
shot.
And she's gonna hit the demon square in
Sweet.
the chest.
Nice.
But I think she only gets one of those attacks. So
Unfortunately, she does only get one of those
Yeah.
particular attacks. So she's gonna notice that the crossbow bolt didn't pierce as hard as she thought it was gonna, but it did pierce for sure.
well, that's good.
That
All right.
is Rhea Mantlemore's turn. It brings up Robyn of Sherwood Forest.
Sweet. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. She will motion, just get behind us, and motion for them to take cover behind us. And then she's gonna pull one of her magical arrows.
Okay, one of the plus ones, or
Correct.
Okay,
Just one of those.
okay.
And she's going to fire at the middle one.
Nod
can see
is gonna
that.
get another arrow at him, huh?
Yeah.
Well, let me see your attack roll. You know,
I don't know.
the attack is just gonna wing him right on the arm, but it is gonna hit.
Sweet.
Get
I didn't yell at him. That's okay.
9 points of piercing damage. Now, does that get the +1 bonus included into it? Because it was
Yeah. So it would be 10.
4 plus 5. Okay, so you might want to set yourself up a magical +1 arrow,
Yeah, I'll
Attack.
do that.
because that would have been a 15 as well.
Truth. True.
I'll
I'll get that set up.
9
I
points of
do
piercing
have-
damage. Ugh.
Well, 10
Yeah.
points of, yeah. And then she will fire again with a regular arrow,
Does she
but
have
she's gonna.
crossbow expert?
This is Robyn.
Oh, Robyn.
It's Robyn.
Robyn.
Yeah.
I was thinking Rhea for some reason. So
No. She only got the one. I'm gonna tell him to pick on someone his own size.
Okay.
And fire again.
Bonus. Oh, that one is going to wind up sinking deep into his right pectoral muscle.
So it all becomes force damage.
Yeah.
So it's this and this. So 13 force damage total.
The middle one takes that second arrow deep into his chest, and you can see some blood start to pour from that particular wound, indicating that that creature is not looking too good. I do believe
Fantastic.
that covers all of Robyn's turn.
Yep.
The civilian, now with the arrival of the characters, is gonna she's gonna bend down and she's gonna drop her bow and arrow on the ground right there, and she's gonna scoop up the child that tripped over the piece of debris, grab him, and 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, she's just gonna run this way, and then his little brother is gonna follow right after him. So that's pretty much their turn. That brings up the bearded devils. They're gonna get up to some no good. Let me tell you what, ladies and gentlemen, they're gonna get up to some no good right about now. Let's see. Each one of them is wielding what looks to be a two-handed polearm of some sort. The bottom one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's gonna get right there, and he's just gonna go ahead and, let's see, is that within distance? I think so. Ooh, no, he'd have to be closer. He's just gonna reach back on his great big two-handed weapon and wait for Rhea or somebody else to come closer. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. This guy, he's going to charge after receiving that fatal blow. He's going to kind of come right up to Robyn, using his action to dash. Robyn, this one's got a big, huge two-handed weapon in his hands, and he's just going to get right up in your face.
Awesome. Bring it.
This fellow over here, though, he's going to play the same game as his friend, and he's going to wind up stopping right there. He's also going to reach back, and he's just going to be a say in infernal. How dare you interrupt our slaves? You will become slaves yourselves.
Not likely.
Right.
Jag.
Sec, I should realize I forgot to set my new great axe damage is up, so I'll see if it's in that.
+1 great axe? Yeah, should
Yeah,
make sure that that's ready.
I forgot to add the +1 to it, so I was going and fixing that. Jag, I'll get that out of my way. Jag is going to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 35, 40.
You gonna move right there?
I'm gonna move right there.
Both of those demons are then gonna get their attacks as they ready their glaives for someone to come in range of them, and they have a 10-foot reach.
Hold on, before, because I was about to say that as I'm running past the two people, I was going to tell them to hide and that we will protect them and then rage.
I don't believe an 11 or a 9 is going to hit you, so I think they're just both going to bring down their weapons, and Jag is just going to dance between them, and then maybe bring around Oathkeeper and just block one. And you yelled out to hide, and then rage, right?
Yeah.
Do you have an action, or?
Yeah. That was. I have 45 feet of movement, so.
Okay.
I am going to run up, and that first one there is going to take a reckless.
Oh, with a 22, you're gonna hit.
And that's going to be 26 points of damage.
The demon sees his life flash before his eyes. He pulls it back together at the last second. blade just whoop, right through this demon, cutting deep. Gouts of ichor and blood splashing on the ground in front of you.
Then I am gonna go with my second attack.
Yeah.
27
is gonna hit for sure. Oh,
12
points of damage. You're gonna eliminate that particular demon from the world around you.
If I remember correct, I gotta find this. With Great Weapon Master, is that third attack part a bonus action, or does it become part of?
I do believe that it is a bonus action, but you
believe
can feel
so,
free
too.
to look it up.
I'm like 82% sure it's a bonus action.
82% is enough for me to move on to the next player, and you could let me know before your next round. How about that?
Alright, sounds good.
Luca Twardowski, hidden just next to the building. These two demons were not expecting a group of adventurers, so you have the advantage on whatever this attack is that you would like to do, as you are not in their sight.
This hype person, I'm gonna try pulling it back together and send a nice throat massage their way.
19 is gonna wind up hitting the particular demon. What are you targeting? The top one or the southern one there?
The north one that I've already hit with Eldritch Blast.
Poor old Nos there. He's gonna wind up getting hit with a chill touch. His throat's gonna get hurt some, and that's necrotic damage. Yeah. Let me check out his sort of resistances here.
Ooh. I'm kind of curious myself.
Okay. It looks like your throat massage might have affected him a little more than perhaps you imagine. Not like more, but it definitely hurt him. He's like, hand in my throat.
Good. He cannot recover health until the end of the next round.
Got it.
And I'm going to go ahead and saunter on over to the well and put my foot up and say, could you imagine having this as R&R from the war below, and to face such mortals as we and lose?
Nice. Brings up Rhea Mantlemore, who's currently got her crossbow loaded. Does she want to take another pop shot?
No, actually, she's gonna put her crossbow down right next to Robyn and kind of give her the
like glance at it, kind of a look, like keep an eye on that.
Keep an eye on it, yeah. And then she's gonna pull out her longsword as she runs up and take a two-handed swing at the one in front of her.
The one in front of her is gonna wind up receiving a two-handed swing. The creature, she hits it, and its skin seems to resist her blade a bit.
Okay. It's not going to phase. I mean, she would have probably anticipated it's not her first trip to hell, but...
Yeah, exactly. It's not her first trip down here. Her passport
She's gonna do it
has
anyway.
the hell stamp. And the second one, he's going to bring his glaive around and just deflect it out of her way. Out of its way. Does Rhea want to do anything else? Stay
That's
there?
what she's got.
Okay, that brings up Robyn of Locksley.
Robyn of Sherwood.
Robyn of Sherwood. Robyn Locksley.
We're going with the Locksley Manor. Doesn't exist anymore. She is going to pull... So, I need to clarify, because I have two quivers.
Okay.
One of them has ammo that respawns.
Yeah.
The other one doesn't. So I deducted an arrow because I didn't clarify which one I was using. But
okay. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna, unless I specifically say I'm drawing from my not magical one, I'm gonna pull from the one where they come back.
That's fair.
So, she's gonna yell. What is she gonna yell? Die, you fiends! And shoot at the one in front of Rhea.
Okay.
What an anatomically accurate insult.
Right?
She's gonna wind up
Yes.
hitting the one in front of Rhea, and the bonus action to mark it with your cool ability makes it take a total of 13 points of force damage
Yes.
for the first arrow, and then the second one grab.
Second one will. Yep. I will pull. Could be the same one. We don't know. It came back.
Yeah, it came back. This particular arrow, though, is not going to be force nor magical.
Correct.
From what I
Nope.
understand.
It's just going to be.
It is going to hit 2 into the chest. Second one not doing as much as the first one. Weird.
That's okay. Gonna do it anyway. But she is gonna note that, hey, that one didn't look like it hurt as bad.
Do you want to do any sort of movement before I move on to the commoners?
I will put myself right here, just in an interposing sort of position where I can still see.
The mother is gonna go ahead and take her 2 children and move them to this side of the street and put herself between them and the action. But she doesn't want to leave anybody's eyesight. She's gonna wind up just stepping right there for a few minutes.
Okay.
That brings up the bearded devils. The bearded devils. Let's see here now. Alright, so this one's gonna go ahead and take a couple steps forward towards Jag. And this one's gonna go ahead and take a step down right there with his 30 feet of movement. Due to the difficult terrain, I'm gonna say that that's definitely gonna be difficult terrain. Let's see. We're gonna go wind up with a glaive against Rhea Mantlemorn. That's an 11, which does not hit Rhea. The writhing beard below this creature's face, however, is going to reach out and try to attack Rhea. That's also an 11. You're doing a great job. Just keep up your hard work there, pal. I gotta tell you right this moment in time, Thun is not doing a good job. T-U-H-N-N. He's not doing a great job right this moment in time. I'm disappointed in Thun. But let's see how his friend does against Jag. Now, Jag, you went reckless, so the glaive is going to come down at a 24 to hit you.
I hurt.
It's going to be 9 points of slashing damage, rounded down to 5. I need you to roll a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I have advantage on raging. On
Constitution ones? No.
Yes. Don't want it.
You do not have an advantage on Constitution saving throws while raging. Strength ones, yes.
I roll a natural 1. Are you kidding me?
The weapon, Jag, tears into your flesh. As it does so, you feel emanating from your sword this immense pain, and you can feel like suffering of multitude of individuals sort of inflict you. The creature's beard also reaches out to you though and tries to attack you.
Do I gain any? Do I lose anything?
Right this moment in time, you do not. Does a 17 hit you?
A 17 does hit.
That'll be 4 points of piercing damage, rounded down to 2, and you must succeed on a different Constitution saving throw. This one you shrug off. You feel the beard bite into you, and as it comes away, you can see some green toxic stuff kind of like dripping down your chest. At the start of your turn, Jag, you lose 5 hit points. There is no damage reduction that applied to this. This is a loss of hit points.
lost a total, like...
Loss of 5 hit points. Total of 5. No dividing in half. This is not damage. Lose 5 hit points.
5. So my hit point maximum is reduced by 5.
No.
Okay.
Just your current hit points.
Okay. Alright, well, this guy really...
You see some blackness around the wound, sort of on your chest, as the devil pulls back the glaive and just kind of glares at you. Welcome to hell, he says.
17?
17 is gonna hit him for sure.
No, she's not.
25.
What?
17. Sorry, nothing.
Oh, 17. Different character. 25 points of damage. The creature reels from a massive blow across his chest. However, he is still standing.
Look at him and... Again.
The second one is going to hit as well. Going to wind up chopping this guy in two. The top half is going to fall back behind the bottom half there.
I'll say, welcome to justice.
Ooh. Hold on just a second. I need to swap my bearded devils, as that was the one that I had on my initiative tracker. So, boom, he's gone and out of here. You do have a bonus action.
I do. Because I reduced a creature to 0 hit points on my turn, I can make a bonus action attack. So as I bring this down and chop him in two, in like one motion, I'm gonna spin around and bring the sword up in an upward motion against the one behind me.
Awesome.
Or
Woo! Golf swing is gonna wind up connecting for
22.
21
21.
points of damage. The other one is still alive, but barely holding on to his existence within the city in this particular realm. That brings up the top of the round with Lucca Tradowski.
did not want to go that way. Where's Zariel, punk?
In our fortress. Dick.
Oh. How anatomically correct. You know, you look remarkably like someone about to suffer a heart attack. Like a wisdom saving throw.
A wisdom saving throw. Exactly how wise is this particular bearded devil? Says, heart? What the fuck's a heart? He rolled a natural 20 on his saving throw.
Oh. Well then, he does not take any psychic damage.
No, he does not.
I don't have a useful bonus action, so that's it.
That brings up Rhea Mantlemorn. Is she going to finish off this particular demon?
She's gonna try.
Fourth Bun is going to meet his end with Rhea Mantlemorn, dealing a whopping 4 points of damage to him due to his skin not taking all of the damage. The second one comes around, and she is going to wind up finally. Chop! Chop! This thing is going to drop to the ground, and our characters are finally out of combat.
You know, I'm
So-
surprised. We found useful information way quicker than I thought we would.
I know, right? They're cocky down here. They don't care.
Alright.
Robin's gonna
Well, they-
put her bow away.
Well, they can't lie either, so that, you know, that was useful.
Yeah,
Rhea comes over and grabs her crossbow.
yeah, definitely. So I'm gonna walk up to this matriarch figure. I don't know if she's the mom.
Sure.
Can I help? And I want to point to the kid who's injured.
Oh, I think Izo's gonna be fine. He's not really hurt. He just is more frightened than anything. Who are you and where did you come from? What are you doing here?
We came from the world above to find out what happened to this city and hopefully return it and all its inhabitants.
Oh, that's fantastic. I mean, it's so nice to see someone from, well, before. My name is Uno Momento. I just had it a moment ago, and then I lost it. My name is Harkana Hunt.
I am Robyn of Sherwood. This is Rhea Mantelmorn, Jagger, and Lucca.
Oh,
Look at
it's a pleasure.
Twardowski at your service.
Oh, it's such a pleasure to meet you all. So me and my young twin boys, Izzo and Brask, were out searching for positions when those three devils spotted us.
Positions for what?
Well, we had been held up in a tavern basement a few blocks over. We had plenty of food and water. It lasted us this long, but we finally ran out the other day, and we needed to find food and we needed to find water.
Are there any known refugee places?
Oh, well, let's see. Many of El Terrell's citizens died when the city was drawn to this terrible place. Still more have died in the days since, from attacks of terrible creatures, a lack of food and water, and the collapse of many of the city's buildings. The city has been split in two, so I've heard from other survivors that this side of El Terrell is the worst off. The High Hall, the great castle that is home to El Terrell's leaders, that's where I was planning to take my boys to find safety.
What were their names? Can you say that again?
Oh, this is Izzo, and this is Brask. Brask and Ezio.
So not to be suspicious of the first people we run into in this hellscape, but can I go ahead and do an insight on what the story she's spinning?
Sure. As far as you can tell, she speaks 100% truth. There is no lies, no hidden agendas. She is very worried. She is constantly looking over her shoulder, even though you guys are standing on the street, and you know Jag, as big as Jag is, and there's armed people around her. She's still she glances to the sky occasionally, and is constantly, and she's keeping her boys close to her. Frightened for sure, disoriented, but Rhea speaks up. She says, "Who all's at the High Hall?" And the woman speaks up. Well, High Overseer Thavius Krieg was the leader of the city. I hope he's planning on working on a rescue to survive. Rescue the survivors and drive away the devils. If
Thavius Krieg is dead.
Oh no. Well, I had heard that Grand Duke Older Ravengard of Baldur's Gate, he was in El Terrell. He's probably at the High Hall as well.
Wouldn't be surprised if he's another traitor, given what we've discovered.
Well, I certainly.
Grand Duke Ravengard is the head of the Flaming Fist, correct?
Correct.
Perfect. Being that I'm a mercenary veteran, I have knowledge of other groups. What do I know about Grand Duke Ravengard?
Roll a history. That's a good question. The bits and pieces that you have of Older Ravengard comes from the time frame that you've spent on this particular planet, not being from this realm. You don't have a ton of history on this person, but everyone speaks of him with respect. All of the Flaming Fist soldiers that you've ever dealt with respect him, admire him, seems to be a fair and just leader of the Flaming Fist. So if if you were to turn these people over, they'll probably be protected.
Have you seen anyone else on this side of town?
No, like I say, we were just barely, making our way towards the other side of town when...
How far is it to the other side?
Oh, well, we have to make our way down this street here. She kind of points down the street here. And then I think we need to find one of the two bridges that gap the fact that the city is torn in half. And then it's making our way through the streets to the High Hall.
Okay. So, I mean, given that it's the High Hall, can we, from where we're at, see spires or anything? Kind of know our bearings?
Yeah. Roll a perception check.
I want to go over to the bodies of the devils.
Okay. Go ahead and go over to the bodies. Hold on just a minute. You think that you might be able to see a large building far in the distance, but also keep in mind that there are like houses on the streets where you currently are. In addition to that, the like overall feel inside of Avernus is that it's hazy and like the hot of summer, so there's like that heat sort of permeating the air. So it's you might be seeing it. It might also be sort of a mirage due to you're not. Yeah.
Well, I would like to help escort you if you'll allow me.
Well, that would be really good. She's got a bow and arrow with her, and you see that she has like 40 arrows and 2 quivers. I can use this to help defend my boys, but you all look like you're much better suited for this sort of work than I am.
Oh. Knowing how to use a weapon definitely helps. We have had a little more experience, I would imagine, but it helps to have someone else with experience. But if we can take you the rest of the way, we actually would hope to find somebody at the High Hall that we would need to talk to anyway, so.
Yeah, so if something happens, because there are a multitude of creatures that seem to team into the city and attack, what would you like me to do? Would you like, I think it's best for me and my boys to just let you all handle it?
Cover. Take cover.
Take cover. Try to hide, just in case the worst happens, but we will try to handle anything that gets in between you and...
Absolutely! You guys! These guys will be great! Oh, yeah! We have to help them, obviously! It's so good that you guys rescued them! Oh, the little boys! I don't think they've ever seen such a small elephant before.
Yeah, a fat load of help you were in that fight, Lulu.
You guys look like you had it just fine. Plus, I didn't want to scare the boys.
Well, aren't you a beacon of sunshine and optimism in this hellscape?
I mean, If we stick together, we can accomplish anything.
I like that spirit.
That's the kind of can-do attitude that will get us jumped in every street fight. Let's get on with it then. Time's a wasting, as they say.
I like
Before-
jumping. Look! I can jump high. As Lulu starts like jumping, and then her little wings flap, and then like she jumps, and then the little wings flap, and she lands.
Before we get going, I wanna
You said
grab
you wanted to
one
check
of-
out the bodies.
I want to check a couple things. I want to search the bodies for anything, and also look at this weapon that I was hit with.
Okay. Lose another 15 hit points. I'm gonna say it's so. The wound itself is just burning. Like seriously, it hurts quite a bit. And you realize that like whatever that demon hit you with, the weapon might have had something on it, maybe at the least. Go ahead and roll your investigation though for the demon corpses or devil corpses. Looking them over, they don't seem to have like treasure. No pouches, no purses, nothing hidden in their boots. But you do pay particular close attention to the glaive that hit you. Roll a perception. There seems to be like just past like the sharpened edge of the glaive, some gray ichor of some sort on the axe itself. You take your finger, reach down and touch it, and you can make a streak in it, but it doesn't come off of the blade, and there's a little bit of like slimy coat on your finger itself. You realize that this wound is not going to heal unless you attend to it right this moment in time.
I'm gonna look around. Is anyone good with attending wounds?
I have healing magic. That would help. It does look like it's hurting quite a bit.
It does, and I can still feel it eating away.
So I will walk over and put my hand on his shoulder. And cast that.
With 18 points of healing, you watch as the wound itself begins to close on your chest, and a little bit of that same gray ichor just kind of like boop, drops out and just onto the ground.
And go ahead and keep a lookout. I feel like we're pretty exposed here.
I'm gonna quickly take the heads and skewer them onto one polearm and stick it in the ground as a warning to anybody else.
I would. I like the enthusiasm there, Chief, but there's a literal war between these guys and worse things, and this kind of macabre stuff doesn't help us. Like, those could get inhabited and walk around and, bite. Like let's keep
No
the
difference
enthusiasm
there.
to a minimum.
No! Let her! Excuse me. Let him!
Assume that was specifically to Lucca.
Yeah.
Would think back. Are you freaking insane? You want demons to overrun this area?
I don't care.
Well, I do. So fuck off.
Coward.
No shit. I'm alive and you're trapped in a shield. Let's get on the same level.
But
Well,
I'm
one of them
also
had-
alive.
One of them's head is already off, correct?
Um,
Because I'm pretty sure you already said it rolled on
mostly
the ground.
off. You cut one of them in half,
Yeah.
and the other one's
Fine.
mostly off. You'd say about 3/4 of the way. Mostly
I'll listen to
headless.
Lucca and not chop any more up, but I'm gonna take the one that's chopped in half and skewer it on one of these pole arms.
Okay.
Stick it in the ground.
Give me an athletics.
Does that work for you, Lucca?
Would shrug and say, "You're bigger than I am, but I'll take devils over demons. Demons come in numbers. They're incredibly stupid, but their numbers are terrifying."
Yeah, you can for sure, and you just jam it down into the ground right next to one of those ruined buildings right there.
I just want to do it like right by that well,
That's perfect spot.
right in the open for anybody to see.
So,
It's the
just
far shot here. That water, is it potable at all?
roll of nature. Just so you guys are aware, I do have 2 different tracks on a continuous loop. So if they get a little annoying with me, please be vocal. The one of them sounds like a thunder crack. There is that huge glowing ball above the city where lightning sort of comes off of it and strikes the city at random intervals or regular intervals. So that is the impression that I'm trying to give you guys with this music. So
Gotcha.
Okay.
every time that kind of sound effect plays out, just think lightning has struck the city somewhere.
Nice.
So, what do you guys want to do?
Well,
These
At that,
people-
you go over to the well, Lucca, and you look
Mhm.
in it, and there's not sure if that's water in the bottom or ichor or
Ugh. And we have to ration. Oh, this is lovely. Let's move quickly, please.
Okay, so where are we again on? You said we're like
there's
here?
a red dot I just put on the map. I don't know if you guys can see
There's
it.
a red dot. I see the red dot. Okay,
That's where you guys
So-
arrived, and that's where Jag stuck the head.
awesome. So I think that we should make our way in between buildings as much as possible, stay off the streets because we're less likely potentially to run into creatures, I would think.
We should try to keep some distance between the actual buildings that we're next to. Far be it from me to judge engineering, but I think, like they said, collapsing buildings are a serious liability.
True, but if we stay kind of against the buildings as close as we dare get, give ourselves some cover.
Yeah, I don't disagree moving
Potentially.
through them, but let's try not to physically touch these very structurally sound buildings.
As you guys are standing there talking, about this, you begin to feel the ground shake a bit. I need everyone in the party to roll a dexterity saving throw. Okay. So the ground begins to shake a little bit, Robyn, and you turn around and you see the mother and the 2 child. They actually kneel down on the ground, and you begin to move towards them to sort of protect them. The shaking gets a little bit rougher and rougher. You fall prone on the ground like 5 feet from the mother and the child as the entire city just shakes and shimmies, and you can hear this loud kind of like grinding sound of metal on metal. ching, 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 as it's just shaking back and forth, and then eventually, ching, stops. The whole city stops moving just momentarily. A few blocks over, you can hear a building collapse, crashing to the ground. Debris falling sort of off of the buildings around you, things shifting. You wait for just a few more minutes to make sure that the worst of it is gone. But you can pick yourself back up off the street and realize this city is unsafe as can be.
What on earth was that?
Yeah, I think that was the chains. Mm-hmm. Yep.
What chains?
What's chains?
What?
We just got here.
Yeah.
What chains?
What are you talking about, chains?
You said it was the chains.
I didn't say anything about chains. What are you talking about, chains?
That's weird.
Lovely.
You adjusted your mic and now it's like super fuzzy.
Is that better?
No. It was weird.
I don't know. I wanted to roll insight to try to see what was happening.
Lulu looks genuinely confused, is blinking at you like, what are you talking about? And you,
But
you remember Lulu's speech about, I can't remember certain things.
So it was Lulu that said that. I thought it was one of the boys.
No, it was Lulu. Sorry.
Okay.
I was trying to do my Lulu voice, but I have to remember my Lulu voice, and it's difficult sometimes.
Lulu. That was
That is
the
just
change.
ow. I don't know what you did to the headset, but it's
How's that? Is that better?
oh yeah, much better.
Yep.
What you
Okay. I plugged it in so my lights would be on, and apparently that's not a thing.
do? It's like it gets super weird. Anyway,
That was the chains.
Okay, let's try moving this way.
okay. You're gonna move up the main thoroughfare here, sort of making your way up to this particular intersection here. Upon arrival of this intersection, you can tell that there is a massive lava. The heat that is coming off of that side of the street is immense and very, like, you know, you guys are sweating at this point in time. There's a little tiny bit of room, sort of like, imagine the most cramped store or storage unit you could possibly get through. There's like an aisle sort of weaving your way through that particular area off towards this section.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, lovely.
Getting further and further away from the magma or lava here, the fire, it begins to cool down, but not too much. You guys come up to an intersection, deserted, but there is a few buildings down south here that have collapsed and completely obstructed the street. Looking to the north here, the same thing has taken place right about there. Buildings have completely crashed across the street. You would have to climb over debris to get either of those two ways.
How
Can
about
we go
pushing
here
through?
or like this way?
Towards the main route, you know, go ahead and give me a group perception. Okay. All right. Yeah. Looking around, this route right here seems probably the most passable as well as safe. You guys can spot a few of these buildings over in here on fire and burning Probably don't want to get too close to that. And
Okay.
also, sort of over in this area, there's a few buildings that looks like they have collapsed, as well as like, burning. So, I think, however, I'd like to do our break just a little bit early, if that's okay with everybody, before we get into what I've got next. You guys are going to make it through here, however. You guys are going to get
Nice.
right about here, right on the
Okay.
edge there.
Kind of where the flames are.
No, you guys are going to get to right here.
Right, but like near the flames on the map.
Yeah, but that's just a drawing here. I will draw
Okay.
yet another area where you guys are. Put you right there on that green
All right.
square.
Got it.
Right there, sort of looking out into that open area. But before you get there, you guys can hear just this sound way before you get there. So I imagine you guys slow it down and
Yeah.
sort of start approaching in a more stealthy fashion. And we'll find out what you guys see when we come back from our real quick, 5-minute break. No time will pass for you watching this video, but pause it, go get yourself a drink, go to the bathroom, whatever you need to do. We will return shortly. Lucca, as you are standing there in the streets, sort of following along behind Catman and Robyn, the voice enters your head yet again. Why don't you just take one of them? As you look upon the mother and her 2 children.
It's not the right play yet. I need to know how highly things are weighed.
I think that if you want a soul for a soul, you shouldn't be so choosy.
I also know that litigation is razor thin, and this is a rife market for desperation. But
Give me a
Oh, go ahead.
perception check and then finish what you're going to say.
this is a rife market for desperation, and deception goes down when it's coated in sweetness.
Offer to save her children. She will give you her soul for that. Surely. As you are having this mental conversation with Garoth and the shield, you feel like someone might potentially be listening in on your conversation. Of course, this could also be just plain old paranoia because of where you
Oh.
are and the fact that this happens to be your boss's place of office here. But something sort of prickling you at the back of your mind.
Would focus in and say, or mentally think it. I'm not entirely sure how this works, but Lucca Twardowski to corporate. Anyone manning the phones?
What?
Oh.
Stupid.
Ring a ding. Well, I'm here, Chief. What do you want me to do?
Chief? No. Oh, because we are in the hells. You think someone might be listening? That's possible for where we are. Perhaps we should keep our communications limited.
Yeah. Is the kind of paranoid attitude that carries you far in these areas. I am always curious what the actual play is compared to how I'm running audibles here.
Freedom's the play. Free me, and I can make a deal that will save your soul from your master.
Talk me through the mechanics of that specifically. Like, do you need to be brought somewhere, or?
Not now. Later.
Yeah. Good talking to you too. You need to find a water cooler, man.
Sorry, I was taking an opportunity while everybody else was away to sort of do some RP with the Shield and Lucca. But you guys can come back and like rejoin us now.
We need
Cool.
to find corporate's water cooler. This is the kind of conversation that you have in between, soul pyramid scheming.
That's would be a good thing to do. So yeah. Are you back, Peyton? Okay. So right before we took break, I mentioned a odd sound. Jag, you're also, going to begin feeling again a bit of anxiety, as well as some potential anger.
Do I get a sense where this is coming from?
I don't know. Roll an insight.
I want to turn back and let Harkonna know to take cover.
Harkonna grabs her two boys and sort of looks around, and then looks at you like extremely worried, as most of the like houses on to the left and right are destroyed.
Is there a pile of rubble they can hide behind? Something.
Roll a perception check.
Okay.
Jag, this realm is odd. Being here is like being nowhere else that you have ever been, including Theros as well as Toriel. So you're not sure where it's coming from. Robyn, you look around and there appears to be a section of wall that has fallen down, probably about 20 feet back from where you guys are about to pop into this opening. Oh, excuse me.
Okay.
So
I'll motion. I'll point it out to her. Like, go head back there.
she and her boys rush over to the particular
Tell
spot.
her to stay down until we come back.
Okay. She nods, grabs her bow and arrow, and kind of like puts her boys up against the wall itself, and then like kind of like hides next to him. She draws an arrow, and like starts keeping an eye on the street behind her. Rhea looks at you all and says, "If it's okay, I'd like to stay with them."
Probably a good idea.
So she just goes ahead and draws her sword and like hunkers down next to them and begins talking about El Terrell, as they are citizens of El Terrell, and so is she. So she's not going to be with you for this particular battle.
They're better off. I'd rather them have some extra protection.
But you can still hear this like sound up ahead.
Can I peek around a corner potentially ahead of
Alright.
us? I mean, we're kind of right there on the corner, so I just want to kind of look around over here.
All right. To get up to the corner, I would need a stealth check. Okay. It's pretty easy with the constant clamor of the, blood war on the ground below you to sneak around quietly. So, yeah, you can, make your way up towards the intersection. And then, you've flattened yourself sort of up against the wall. Give me a perception check. Okay. You look around and you could see a large open street. Okay? You could see that this street goes pretty much all the way up to one of the two bridges that was described that span the breaking of El Terrell. There doesn't seem to be any other path but this one road between you and the bridge. Standing in the middle of the road, you can see 7 very ugly looking creatures. Just seem to be standing there hanging out.
Do I recognize any of them from... Oh, okay. My research of the monster book.
No. However, comma... Hold on. Let me take this. There is a message for you there. But you can count a total of 7.
Okay. All right. I will turn back to the group and let them know that there are 7.
If you're going to go back to the group, I need you to roll another stealth. If you're just going to turn around and let the group know.
Can I see Robyn at this point in time?
Yes, you can see Robyn where she's at.
You gonna go ahead and look at me, Robyn?
Okay.
I'm gonna pull out my handy dandy tool of the trade and give my temple a tap. And you'd hear friendly chatter up ahead, question mark.
I'm gonna need Catman to mute just momentarily. Deafened, rather. Yeah.
Yeah. Where'd that go?
I'll signal as soon as you can come back. As Lucca casts the message spell and sends it towards Robyn, both of you hear this.
Dad? You came back from the store.
I will use the response feature to go, what was that?
Insight, both of you.
Alright.
Do it anyway.
Oh. That's a 18 on my insight.
Okay.
Great. All right, so I will attempt another stealth check to actually go back over to them. Hey.
There's a message to you, Lucca.
Okay.
Okay. Sure.
All right, so when I get back over, I will, talk quietly so as not to be overheard. But perhaps we shouldn't use that ability in our current location.
For what it's worth, I'm interested in who's listening.
I would like to know as well, but some information.
Sort of chortle. I don't know. It loans itself to the types that I can work with. It wasn't the arrogant snickering I imagine that Zariel uses.
Well, it still makes me uneasy, but...
Yeah, it's calculated risks. Anyway, what's up ahead?
7 undead creatures.
Corpse
One
eaters.
of them in armor. I'm not exactly sure what kind of undead they are, but definitely of that variety.
Ooh. Could I do an Arcana check on that?
Sure, I'd allow that.
Right. I don't know what an analog for like doing shady stuff with the paranormal would be, but hearing
Sure.
undead and then undead in armor, I've got a real uneasy feeling.
Okay.
I don't know that I would have
Always have
experienced
uneasy
this
feelings.
monster, so
Is it a white?
So the most common type of creature that you've probably encountered in your paranormal investigation happens to be ghouls. One in armor would not indicate any exceptional intelligence, just potentially that the person that became the ghoul was wearing the armor when they died. With a 20. You can amass that this is not more of a leader ghoul or an intelligent ghoul or anything like that. This is just a ghoul that the owner was wearing armor when they passed. So
thank goodness, whites scare me. All right.
Do you have an inclination as to what this might be?
Well,
in your experience?
I think we lucked out, and that they are just ghouls. The one that is wearing armor likely ran into these other ghouls and succumbed to undeath. Corpse eaters are motivated, but not particularly intelligent. I should endeavor to dispatch them without creating too much of a scene. I'm not very sure. Corpse eaters can attract other things that feed on them or things that use them to lock down corridors. We've already ran into some friends, and we don't really need others, especially ones that can bring in other forces.
Well, they are barring the only access to a bridge across, so
Yeah.
do you think it would
Close to the edge are they?
they're not close enough for pushing over, if that's what you're thinking.
This specific section of buildings, is that rubble?
Yes.
would it
not for nothing, but can't you fly a little?
I was going to ask, do you think this would be an expeditious time for me to use my angelic abilities?
How often can you fly?
Once per day.
Lucca, you know that these particular creatures, the only real threat that these ones impose are their bites, which can potentially paralyze you. Otherwise, there's no real threat to these particular creatures.
Okay, let's not overdo it. Just don't... Jag. I know your ism is hack and slash in spectacular fashion. You're quite good at it. These things are things you don't want near you. So let's try to fight them distanced out, maybe bait them so that Robyn and Rhea and I can hit them. You have stuff to throw at them.
Rhea's
Hear me out.
Not going to be with you. She's back with watching the others.
Yeah, she's not. I can fire arrows all day, but here's a thought. As they're undead creatures, they are not as particular as to what they eat. You mentioned baiting them.
Yeah.
You think the likelihood is that any of the rats that I'm sure were in this city survived?
I'd say that's a
I
I'd
like
say
that
that's a-
idea.
So that's a creative solution. Let's
But
do that.
but wait a minute. Aren't they? Weren't they people?
Rats
No.
are not people.
The things you're talking about.
Oh, maybe once, but this isn't
Then we
the
should
sort
put
of.
them to rest.
Agreed. Um, I want
Just
to
Don't let them bite you, please.
I want to approach Harkonna and ask her, have you seen any rats since you've been down here?
The food has been so scarce that if my boys and I had seen a rat, we would have shot it and eaten it.
Okay. I'll walk back over to Lucca and pull my pipes out. Say, do you think I should risk it?
You gotta risk it to get the biscuit.
I mean, it's gonna make
Look.
noise, so
I don't
we
think
lose surprise.
I think if we wait this one out more, our situation's gonna get worse. We can win this fight. Just let's not stay close to any of them.
Okay. Sounds good. So I will pull just an arrow out of my repeating quiver. I'll call it that.
Jake, can you use a short bow?
I have a couple hand axes.
Like, I've got a short bow and arrows. If you can use
Jag is
a
proficient
bow.
with all type of weapons.
I
I
No.
also have javelins, which would use my strength versus my dexterity.
okie dokie. Just yeah, cool, neat. Let's do this. Big guy getting bit. What could go wrong?
Paralyzed Jag? No.
It's fun. This is fun. So much
All right.
fun. Let's have fun. That's your motif, Lulu, right? Fun and excitement and
Uh-huh.
sparkles.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna pull out
Aye.
2 javelins.
I'll ask Lulu, do you have anything you can do to help?
Oh, I have this, her, like, trunk starts moving a bit.
Right.
But I don't really want to use it because I'm afraid it'd affect you guys, too.
Oh, I see.
Right then.
All right.
And,
let's-
Well-
and it makes a really loud sound, too.
Right, you're in a
Okay.
lot of cons, not a lot of pros. Let's
Yeah.
If
Let's
it's okay,
do it.
I'd like to stay with the others.
you do
Sure.
that.
That sounds good. Go ahead.
Thank you. I like the kids anyway.
Oh, can I ready my bow? And when these guys are ready, can I take a shot from our location, like lean around the corner and just...
Well, you're not up at the corner right now. You moved back.
All right,
Right,
let's,
but
You
when
just
we
want to
get
walk
there.
up to the corner?
let's try to
I
roll
want to
up
stealth
as
up to the corner.
Oh,
let's roll up quietly, get in position, and try to gank these guys as best
all
as
right.
possible.
Then let me get a group stealth roll. Well, you know, the lucky thing with group rolls happens to be if more than half the group succeeds, the whole group succeeds. In this particular case, a group of 3 means if 2 people succeed, everybody succeeds. So look at it in the
Plus
bright
one does
side.
equal 3 in this case.
Yeah, look at it at the bright side. So I'm going to bring up the turn order. I want you guys to roll initiative when we get to the map, specifically for your turns after this, but I will officially declare that you can get one surprise round on the monsters in front of you.
Okay.
We're going to swap over to the map. Now, all I've
So that's
done...
one.
Go ahead. That's one...
I was gonna say that's one attack action each, right?
That's one action and a bonus action each. It's one round each.
Okay.
Right.
And then we roll into initiative. Okay?
All right.
All right. Let me swap you guys over to the proper map. Now, I've just put you guys on this map, so your current position doesn't necessarily need to mean anything, but let me get your initiatives, please.
Ooh, I like this fight music.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, crap. I didn't click on my token, dang it.
Oh, I can fix that for you. Would you get a 15?
Yeah.
And I don't have Robyn.
I can't click on mine either.
You can't. Oh, here. Let me.
I'm there, but yep.
There. Moved you up some. Now try clicking on your token and rolling initiative.
It's not letting me control it, is what I'm saying.
Try refreshing your roll 20.
I can't move it.
Try refreshing your roll 20.
I heard you. Give me a second.
Okay. It's the only thing that I can think of. Because... Can anybody else move their tokens?
Yeah, I can click mine.
No, like move your token.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think it was just a potential roll 20 issue for poor Robyn. Sure would have closed.
Alright.
Oh, natural 20.
Nice.
Okay.
So ready for this.
All right. So first of all, we're just gonna go in alphabetical order because I can't think of any other way. Unless somebody wants to go first, I'll leave it up to you guys. How about that? As party members, on your surprise round, you can determine who goes first.
You know that they're more inclined to range. I will let them go before me, and then maybe I can go off with my attack.
Okay.
That sounds great.
All right. Like I said, I just wanted to lean around the corner and yell with my bonus action, "Hey, ugly!" And then shoot.
All of them look up. All right, pick a target. Pick me a target.
I mean,
that one.
Right there.
Okay.
Right, this one. Yeah.
Is that? They're not within 30 feet, so I don't believe that you can do your bonus action yet.
Oh shoot. Well, crap. I don't even think they would be if I move.
I heard a question, but I couldn't hear it.
So I asked Lucca how he does that distance measure.
Oh, it's the fourth
four
one
down.
Snap
4
to
down?
Yep, snap to center.
Yep.
It looks like a ruler inside of a circle.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
What you got, Robyn?
I'll go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I'll go right here.
Okay.
I'll get a little bit closer. It's still not 30, but I'm just going to take the shot then without...
At this guy, right?
I'll still yell, "Hey, ugly." Yeah.
Okay, that's going to hit for sure. And this is just a regular old arrow, right? If I remember correctly.
My repeating quiver, yes.
Yes, but not a magical one.
Not a magical one.
All right, right into the creature's side, coming at you. Second shot.
Okay. Second shot.
Same monster, gonna hit for sure.
Yep, same one.
Seems to take both arrows and like rest. Keep coming at you. Bonus action.
I can't do it from this range, so.
Gotcha. Not even casting a spell. Then we're gonna move on to Lucca.
Yeah, no,
Hey.
that's fine.
Lucca's surprise round. Oh, I forgot to say that you had advantage because you guys all stealthed up on your turn. So.
Oh,
So I get normal.
I mean,
javelin, so
Oh,
Okay.
that would have been another roll, but
yeah. Your first roll did 10 points
I was
of
just
damage.
gonna see.
So I'm gonna add 10 back to the monster and then go ahead and roll that damage. So 10. And then your second roll for the other attack.
For the other attack.
which
it doesn't matter.
still hits.
It's fine.
Okay. Now, Lucca,
Yeah.
sorry. You have advantage, Lucca, just so you are aware.
Alrighty. I have advantage and I hit. I might get sneak attack with my short bow.
You might.
So it doesn't show up very often, due to what we fight most of the time. But sometimes the short bow might
the
be
lowly
useful.
rogue. Poor guy.
All right, here we go. Short bow out.
14 is going to connect. What's your target, Lucca?
The one at my
Okay, got it.
right there.
Go
That
ahead.
is
Roll your
80,
damage
so-
plus your sneak attack because you had advantage on it. Roll.
All right, and then
9 points of piercing plus your sneak attack damage of 9 points.
Wow.
I am putting that short bow back because now that the sneak is up, they're gonna rush, and I need to start ghetto blasting.
Okay. That brings up Jag. Have your movement, Jag, if you want. Excuse me.
want to move here.
What do you guys think of the new fight playlist? Very
I like it.
rock and rolly.
I like
which
it.
ones did each of them hit?
Do a perception.
Do it.
I know Lucca hit this one in the center here. Can't remember which one Robyn hit.
Give me a perception.
Perception.
This one here.
Yeah, it might have been that one, or it could have been this one.
I remember seeing Lucca go last, so I'm going to throw. I grabbed both my javelins out
Yep,
because
I heard you.
because I can't do 2 item interactions, so I made sure I was prepared with that.
Good
I'm gonna
call.
throw one at the one that
Lucca
the one
hit. Yeah.
that Lucca hit.
So it's over 30 feet, which means it's
So-
disadvantage, so you get a
so it's
regular
regular.
attack roll.
Um,
Just running up there, Jag. Chuck! 24 is gonna hit it. 8 points of piercing. The javelin spikes it through the chest, pinning it to the ground, removing it from combat.
Right.
Eeny, miny, mo. Let's go to. I want to metagame. Let's go, I guess. Evens are to the left. So odds to the right. That one.
Okay. Give me another regular attack roll with the second javelin coming out. A 21 is gonna hit him. And that one's gonna be gone from the combat initiative. 2 ghouls down. We haven't even begun to get into the actual combat round. Now,
I know Lucca wants me to keep my distance, but these things are gonna charge, so I'm gonna prepare for that, and I'm gonna use my item interaction to bring my great sword from my back down in a ready stance.
okay. We're gonna go ahead and drop into our initiative order, which brings up first in the combat order, Robyn.
Robyn is seeing how easily these went down, so she's gonna change her plan and just pull out and shoot. But I'm gonna shoot this one.
Okay.
I will though go 5, 10, 15, 20, which I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, I have to move here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ugh! Alright. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna
Okay.
go here.
Getting in bite range, I see.
I know. I know! But I'm more effective this way.
You are more
I'm gonna
effective
yell,
this way.
God! You smell! And then... Yeah, shoot.
The first one is going to hit.
Does that hit?
Yes, the first one does hit.
Alright, that and...
7 points of force damage.
That's all. Yeah.
And
then-
it rocks it back.
Same one.
Yeah, second one hits for sure. 9 points of regular piercing damage.
Regular.
Yep. That's your bonus action.
And I just have all these arrows for days.
That's your bonus action and action, as well as your movement, which brings up Long Strider.
Long Strider. I'm going to. This is a tough one.
These things seem to be dropping pretty fast, Jag, but they don't.
I know.
These other people were all like, "Don't let them bite you! Don't let them bite you!" What do you guys think of the map? This is beautiful.
I like
I'm gonna
it.
run up here.
I love it.
next to Robyn,
It's perfect.
and I'm going to prep my blade for a attack. Should one of them come within reach,
Okay.
it will be a great weapon master. Well, let me double check that I don't have to be on my turn to do. Before you make a melee attack with a heavy weapon, nope, so it doesn't have to be on my turn. So, I will prepare a great weapon master attack.
So essentially, you're gonna wind up getting -5 to your attack roll, but getting +10 to your damage, right?
Yes.
All right. That brings up our pack of ghouls. Let's see.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, this guy here, he's gonna come closest target to him. That's 5. That's 10. That's 15. That's 20. And Jag, there's a ghoul that just came right up to you. Oh, good grief! Wow. Natural 1.
Oh.
Oh my god.
Oh. Oh my goodness gracious. That's just horrible. What in the world was that? Jag. You're...
Get them out of your
The
system
law
so
of
that you pass the
averages?
con
I,
save.
Lucca got in my mind for
Right?
a minute, and I'm like, ugh. I'm like, wait a minute, these guys look weak.
Oh no. Please pass your con saves. Please pass your con saves.
At least I couldn't go reckless.
That's true.
Not go reckless.
On a ready to action. Unfortunately, you did not go reckless, so this creature does not get advantage against you. So he's going to go ahead and just make his claws attack against you. A 15.
Nope, just barely like lean back just enough. Get out of reach of those claws.
This other one's going to move up, though, and attack the creature that shot a couple of arrows at it. Robyn, with some claws at you. 14 to hit you. I don't believe that beats.
What was it?
14.
Just out of reach of the claws.
Whoa.
Jag and I both do this.
Yeah, pretty much. Both of these ones are going to wind up using their actions to go ahead and dash and get themselves a little bit closer. And this one, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. He's just going to move in around. This brings up Lucca. All the ghouls just rush your friends, taking vicious, and you're like, I said, don't get close.
Yep.
Did you really, the question
Yes,
is,
I did.
you really expect Jag to listen to that? Like,
Yes, I did. We are literally in hell.
We're having a hell of a good time, though.
Hi.
watch those things drop like flies.
Yeah, they drop like flies until we get paralyzed and wombo comboed. Alright. Cool. Eldritch Blast for crowd control. Here we go. Order up on
Eldritch
this one.
Blast! Hadouken!
Alright. Here it comes.
Save the day.
24. It's gonna hit that
Oh.
guy. For sure gonna hit that. For 2 points of damage. Way to show up, Lucca. Way to show
Yep.
up. It's okay. It's alright.
That was my petty shot, and then I'll try to take this one for real.
For reals?
Oh,
13.
wrong one. That's chill touch. Not,
alright. Oh.
I'll take it.
The 8 is not going to hit your intended target, unfortunately. It goes
Yeah,
a
I
little
was
wide.
I was trying to load Eldritch Blast and like had a toggle on my wand, and it's like, damn it, I have too many rounds in this thing.
Spell jam.
Let's see. I'm not getting closer, and I don't have a useful bonus action. So, yep, I'll watch this unfold.
Alright, that brings up Robyn. Top of the round. You've got a
All right.
couple of ghouls in your face.
I do, and I'm not a fan of. Ugh. So I'm gonna
All
cast
the
Zephyr.
ghouls.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to cast a spell which allows me to run away without taking opportunity attack.
Zephyr Strike.
So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And from here, I can then shoot. I'm going to do my first one at this guy.
Okay. Take that shot, Robyn. 14 is going to connect with your target for 10 points of damage, unfortunately hurting him quite bad in the side. Ow! Jeez.
And then the second one at this guy.
Second attack, you're going to split up your attacks. Go for the
Sure am.
natural 1.
Aw,
And that's
crud.
still a 10, but unfortunately natural 1s always miss.
That's okay.
Highs or lows, Robyn?
Highs.
Highs. 28! The dice are not in your favor, and Jag feels the arrow whiz past them, taking off a couple of hairs off of your mane. There's now an uneven section right about here.
I just got this trimmed.
And then, like, as it passes by him, it disappears and shows up back in my quiver.
Robyn.
You see the arrow, Jag, kind of like do one of these numbers right past your face, and you're like, Robyn! Jag, you're up. Now you're mad. Somebody just
Now I'm mad.
fucked with your mane. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go reckless on this one here.
The one immediately to your left.
Yes. F8.
An 18 is going to hit the target immediately to your left. I'm sorry, I should have told you earlier. He was bloodied.
And now he's in
26 points of damage is just gonna whoop, and that guy's gone from the wind.
Oh look. I'm gonna turn up to the one up to the north, and I'm just gonna continue the motion of the swing as I.
One massive like whirlwind type of swing. That is going to drastically miss the target right in front of you as you kind of scrape the tip of your blade along the ground.
But then I will, like, as I readjust, then bring it back down in the shoulder in a sideways slash. They get one more attack for making a kill.
Bonus action. 19 is going to connect with the target. I still want to say that you're going to the target directly north of you.
Yeah, same target.
Okay.
I missed, and then I redirected my swing because
Bunch of rocks came up in its undead face, and it's like, you bring the sword up from the ground, splitting it from crotch to jaw, literally cleaving it in two as it drops dead to the ground, not having been hit before your turn. Killed it in one hit. At this point in time, poor Jag is the lonely target in the middle of the goo.
Jag's not done yet here.
You did an action and a bonus action.
I have movement.
Are you planning on running away?
Jag is gonna take the attack of opportunity because he did not rage, so he'll take full damage. Go 5. That's gonna be the first attack of opportunity.
All right, with advantage due to the fact that you went reckless.
Advantage.
The claws come striking down at you with a 7 to hit. With advantage.
Oh gosh.
And the other ones come down with a 19 to hit you.
Oh gosh.
What
For
claws though?
10 points of slashing damage, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
I thought you said the bite did it.
Ah, he did not say the bite did it. He said they have the ability to paralyze you. You shake off the effects of the paralyzation quite easily. Not today.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45.
The ghouls are going to hungrily chase after you.
I go that one right there.
Or bring him over by me. Thanks.
Sorry.
God. Ah.
You're the one who ditched me.
Jag, the one.
I'm not as hardy as you are.
The one here with his claws is going to wind up trying to claw you right across your face. So give me one moment while I bring up his attack. Still at advantage. Claws to your face. That's a natural 20, Jag. 4 slashing damage with a natural 20. Seriously? Cool. Seriously? Unfortunately, you take all of that damage, and I need yet another Constitution saving throw. Oh my goodness! You saved.
You know, he failed that one Constitution saving throw, and he's like, "I gotta feel good now."
All right, so we're gonna go with a claws at Robyn from the one in red. 17, Robyn, to hit you. Does that hit you? Robyn, you take 6 points of damage, and your bones in your body harden and stiffen as you are paralyzed.
What's the damage?
6 points of damage. It gives my wonderful second ghoul that come up to you advantage on his claw attack towards you. You don't need to re-roll it. Oh, that was for the con.
Turn my spell.
When you are paralyzed, I believe that makes you automatically fail. I want to say that paralyzed makes the incapacitated. However, there's only really one way to find out, and that's to consult old handy-dandy rule tome. The Tome of Rules says that a paralyzed creature is incapacitated, so as you are incapacitated, you can no longer concentrate on your spell.
I'm gonna punch you in the face, Jag. I'm just letting you know.
The second creature is gonna come up to you, and he's gonna bite at you. However, with advantage, is a 6, so that's not gonna hit you. So even paralyzed.
The other one is charged first.
You're gonna wind up missing that attack. That brings up Lucca Twardowski. Running back for the team. Catman and Robyn.
Interaction. Jag, move her to your other side, and then I will ready the spell on Burning Hands on.
And the trigger is?
When Jag moves Robyn out of the blast area, or if he fails to follow the instructions, and torching him after his turn.
Torching whom?
I'm firing it in this 15-foot cone.
Correct. The trigger is when Jag moves Robyn, or if Jag doesn't move Robyn?
I'm gonna launch it at the end of the turn, and I've told Jag what to do. So once Jag moves, whether or not Robyn's in the blast area will be Robyn's fate's in Jag's hands now.
Oh, good grief. Robyn, unfortunately, all of your muscles are locked into this, like, just extreme position. At the end of your turn, you can make another Constitution saving throw, though. Unfortunately for my ghouls, that is the DC that you need to pass. That matches the DC. So at the end of your turn, you shake it off as Jag, I believe, is reaching towards you. Jag, it's your turn. You've got your two-handed sword in one hand, and Lucca said, grab her, move her to the other side. What are you gonna do?
I got it in my hand, and I'm gonna go chink,
Just
and then with my
slap
item
it to your back?
interaction,
Grab.
yeah, yep,
Okay.
and then I'll grab her, and I will use my strong strength and pull her.
You are not raging, so I would like an athletics check at normal. Alright, I don't have a problem with that. This is technically your action to move.
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to her, and can I move her to the bottom of me?
Yes, I was just going to say, of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 squares available, you want her directly to the south of you, correct?
Yep.
Alright, you're just going to grab her, just spin, and just plop her down right behind you.
Alright, whoosh.
So that triggers your...
Oh my gosh, I get to say it for the first time in the campaign. All three of them need to make decks as I speak the legendary words. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing to fuck with!
Wu-Tang Clan ain't
God.
nothing to fuck with. We got a 16 from Lefty,
That's a pass.
10 from Middly, and a
Fail.
17 from Righty.
2 pass, 1 fail, and 4d6 fire damage.
4d6 fire damage. Holy moly, that's gonna hurt tomorrow.
13 points of damage.
It's gonna be, what, 7 for those that pass.
Yes.
Alright, you're looking at a bloodied middle ghoul and a bloodied left ghoul, but a not bloodied right ghoul. Well
Alright.
done. Jag, did you have any bonus actions you wanted to do on your turn, since technically it is still your turn?
No.
Good! Then we're gonna go with Ghoulie. Oh my ghoulie goodness. All the fire and flame that came racing at these particular ghouls, they see slackage ahead of them. They're gonna race towards poor Lucca Tradowski. And they're gonna wind up trying to get themselves a midnight snack. Claws against Lucca Tradowski is a 15.
15 will miss. Thank goodness.
15 will miss. Then the second set of claws at Lucca Tradowski is a 6, and that's gonna meet nothing but air.
Oh, thank goodness.
The poor ghoul against the jag that just revealed his back is going to be a 7. Ghoulie. Oh my ghoulie goodness. You guys can't hit the broadside of a jag. That brings up Lucca
That's a big shot,
Tradowski.
too.
All I have to say is, you guys need to go to hell. Oh,
Alright.
Right there.
they're already there. What the
Hey.
hell?
Okay, you guys are still outside of blast area, and I don't usually use this many spells. But Lucca specifically said he didn't want these getting close. So now he's gonna specifically let them find out what happens when you get close to the angry warlock. And here comes Arms of Hadar.
Arms of Hadar.
They need to make a strength saving throw. DC is 14.
Strength saving throw. So this is going to hit all 3, yes?
It blasts within 10 feet, so I'm only going to hit the 2 closest to me.
Okay, we're going to go with Righty. He's going to wind up with a 7. And
Nope.
Lefty, he's going to wind up with a 20. Lefty's in it. Lefty's my boy. Way to go,
Okay.
Lefty.
It's going to be 4d6 necrotic or halved.
He's
Wow.
21 necrotic damage. There, really, no resistances to necrotic damage. Thank you very much. The one in front of you is just going to get obliterated from the world of Avernus. And the lefty here is going to fall to the ground, also dead. However, I need to put my ghoul back on my turn order, as that is the ghoul that is on my turn order. So this guy's gonna die, drop off the map. Way to go. So black circle of inky darkness erupts around Lucca. Arms of otherworldly entities come out, whapping the crap out of these 2 ghouls, driving them to the ground, which brings up Robyn.
Can I try a bonus action on...
Go for it! What's your bonus action, buddy?
So, interaction, draw the dagger, bonus action, offhand, throw the dagger? Does that work?
Unfortunately,
You have to take the attack action.
Yeah,
Oh,
unfortunately,
okay.
you took the cast a spell action, so throwing
Fair
an
enough.
offhand dagger. I will let you draw the dagger if you really want to.
No. I just haven't ever made a bonus action offhand attack as a rogue.
Yeah, you have to take the attack action in order to do that with a light weapon.
Okay.
So go ahead, Robyn. So you come to at the start of your turn, and you're like facing south, looking at where Rhea and the others are hidden, and you're like, what?
So I'm gonna run right here, turn around again, and shoot at the guy that's left.
Shoot at them. Please shoot at them. A 19 is gonna hit them. For 10 points of piercing damage, the arrow is just gonna go slunk right through the throat. The ghoul will drop to the ground in a faint pop as the arrow returns to your quiver, taking you guys out of combat.
Cool. I'm gonna walk back up to Jag and kind of just gently push him, not to be like forceful so much, but like when we're in battle and you see me shooting at things, it's probably a bad idea to run next to me.
Civilians forward. Rhea, you're not a civilian, but come up as well.
When we're in battle and you charge up to the front line, so you're gonna get hit by everything, what do you expect me to do but charge up and make sure that they go after me and not you, and then you leave me there to take all the attacks?
When I specifically, since we're all complaining, when I specifically say, hey, don't go up there, they could mess you up. And then you run up there to get hoarded by them.
I
Might
will
be a
point to
bad
her.
idea.
I only did it because she did it.
You know, we have a wonderful way to demonstrate this. There's a ledge over there. If everyone in Alterel jumped over the side of the ledge, that was your turn, but everyone else did it,
No,
would you
it's a
jump
different
off the
fact
ledge?
because I went up there to make sure that she was not the only target there.
I appreciate the thought, but I think we've battled together enough for you to know that I have abilities that protect me from getting hit if I need to run.
Boy, that was
Conversely,
intense.
there's not much I can do if I become paralyzed and lose the ability of that magic. It's gonna stomp off. I'm angry.
I bet.
The lava pit.
You guys come around the last section of this little square. You can see a large bridge ahead of you. Oh, jeez! That looks scary!
Not for nothing, but everything probably looks scary here.
I know, right? All right. So I'm just gonna tell everybody. So it's probably better if one of us goes across first, just to make sure there's not an ambush on the other side.
Well, I volunteer as tribute.
We both volunteer as tribute.
I mean, I'm gonna stay back here because I'm better at range, obviously, and to help Rhea protect the innocents. So.
How wide across does this bridge look?
You know, it doesn't really give me dimensions, so I'm gonna say. Oh, hold on a second. It does tell me. A rift in the earth divides El Terrell in two sections. The rituous din of the battle taking place far below the city is louder here, echoing up and through the jagged open chasm. A bridge 20 feet wide and more than 100 feet long spans the chasm. Holy runes etched into the stonework of the bridge indicate that the structure has been consecrated in the name of Torm, god of courage and self-sacrifice. 6 infernal creatures stand guard at the center of the bridge, scanning in all directions. As you begin to walk up, the creatures fly off the bridge. All of a sudden it is clear. Moments ago it was not.
Lucca is gonna start walking forward and mutter to Jag. If they step it to us, I'm gonna try to speak some business lingo at them and see if that flies.
Looks like they already flew. Oh, I don't think they're anymore flying.
No, they left.
What?
I want to
Neat.
turn. I want to turn to Lulu.
Hi!
So,
How can I help you?
hi. I'm trying to think of how to phrase this. You know what chains are, right?
Why, sure I do.
When you came here with Zariel, did you see any chains?
No. I don't think so, no.
Did you? I'll have to think about it.
Okay.
I'm gonna.
Let me know if I can help.
Before Lucca starts across, I'm gonna like grab his shoulder. I think it's best I take the lead in case there's an ambush.
Lead, don't lead. It's Avernus. Expect treachery. I can talk
do.
my way through most things.
I'm not much for talking. I am going to grab shield off my back, wield it with a hand axe in my hand. And can I take the dodge action as I walk across the bridge?
I don't have a problem with that. I would say that you are more like extremely on guard. So taking the dodge action would be like the game terminology for it, but like take extreme caution moving
Yeah, okay.
across the bridge, not trying to dash, like move 30 feet, move 30 feet, move 30 feet, so on and so forth. I would be okay with that as a dungeon
Okay.
master.
That is what
I got no problem with that.
that is what I want to do.
As you cross the bridge, I would like you to make a perception check, please.
I don't see. There's a bridge. I'm on a bridge.
You are too concentrating on like your every step and just like so hyper alert for like anything that you don't really bother to look out. You're just looking ahead, trying to get across the bridge. But you do make it to the other side without any incidences.
I'll turn back around and wave the next person across.
I'm going to saunter across at a mostly leisurely pace.
Rhea will look at Robyn and just be like, I'm going with them. We're going together. You all cover us. I trust you.
I would actually have you lead, since you are more close combat fighter, and I will bring up the rear to.
Okay, that's fine. That's fine, guys.
We'll have them between us.
Lucca, as you cross the bridge, I want you to roll a perception check, but I would like you to do so with advantage because you said a leisurely pace. Okay. Something that Lulu said earlier finally sort of dawns on you as you get to the middle of the bridge and you kind of take a moment to glance over the side. I'm going to refresh everyone's memory by showing you this picture. In this particular picture, you can see the companion floating above the city of El Terrell. I don't know if you guys can see the detail of this particular picture, but in the picture, I can notice that there seems to be chains dropping from the city of El Terrell down to the realm of Avernus itself.
I can see them, yeah.
As you cross this bridge, Lucca, you can spot these chains. You can tell that El Terrell itself seems to be chained to massive pillars all around the city. And that in order to really free the city from the grasp of Avernus, you might have to break those chains. You realize that those chains seem to be slowly getting tauter and tauter. And you calculate with your intellect that perhaps the last time the city experienced an earthquake was when they were taut and the city itself was being drawn closer to the river Styx.
Interessante. I like this.
So you get across the bridge without any qualms or problems. Take up position next to Jag.
I'm gonna go ahead and stay 20 to 25 feet away from the nearest lip over the side.
Okay.
I seriously doubt that El Terrell has handrails.
El Terrell does not have handrails.
Not OSHA compliant, guys.
OSHA? What's OSHA?
Why doesn't he be compliant with the ocean?
The civilians and Rhea begin their trek across, Robyn.
Okay. I will bring up the rear.
As you bring up the rear, I would also like you to make a perception check. You may do so just regular. As you are proceeding across the bridge, Robyn, you dare to chance a look into the gate that has come between the east and west sides of El Terrell. Far, far below the city of El Terrell lies the realm of Avernus. You can make out a winding river that you would imagine or surmise is the river Styx. But you can also see a huge battle taking place directly below the city. You could see teams of creatures, monsters, far, far from your imagination, actually streaming out of the river itself towards massive amounts of individuals on the actual ground, sort of meeting each other in a din of battle and chaos and carnage that seems to be taking place directly below the city. You imagine that escaping this city might not just entail getting off the high perch that you are on, but avoiding the battle below.
We want to avoid it.
As I'm imagining Lulu is like with me or sitting on my shoulder or something. She's tiny.
She's flying with you.
Okay. I'm gonna turn to her. When you rode in with Zariel, was El Terrell still up there?
Ride? Zariel? What? She blinks her long lashed eyelashes for just a moment and she says, "Yes." Wait,
Okay.
what? What did you ask?
It's okay.
Okay, this is a pretty view. At least it's sunny here. Across the bridge comes the rest of the group. Making it to the far side
Cool.
of the city. Sorry, you said you were gonna, and then I cut you off. I
I'm gonna-
apologize.
It's okay. I'm gonna go for broke.
Okay.
Hey, Lulu.
Yeah?
If you were gonna hide a sword down here, where would you put it?
Are we playing a game?
Yes. I want to know where you would hide a sword. And I'll point to my sword, like this. Where would you hide it? Where nobody would ever find it.
Her trunk sort of reaches out towards your blade. Can I show you? And her eyes dart towards the edge of El Terrell, like the massive gap between the two plates. Her eyes dart towards that and like back to you. Can I have it?
Hold on, let me get to my character sheet.
Okay.
I think I have a couple daggers that I'm probably never gonna use.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay.
Maybe not.
Oh gosh.
You know what? Just show me with this, and I'll give her a piece of jerky.
She takes the jerky in her trunk and she's all like, "Okay, close your eyes, count to 10."
I'll mostly close my eyes so I can
Roll
still
a
kind of see.
deception.
Do us like on the other end of the bridge see this going on?
You guys are all together at this point in time.
Oh, okay.
All right, let me find a Lulu's like insight.
Okay.
Okay. All right. I said close them.
I'll look to Rhea and be like, like, watch where it goes, kind of.
Okay.
All right.
I will tap my temple, regardless if he's listening, and say, "Yes, I'm watching where this train wreck goes."
Okay.
Close my eyes all the way.
Lulu
count-
like slowly flies over to the edge and just chucks the piece of jerky off the side and like flies back. Waits for just a couple of seconds and like flies over to a building and like causes some noise over towards the building and then like flies back. Okay, you can open them. So it sounded like she was over to your left just a minute ago.
Okay. I'll open my eyes.
She's just like, see if you can find it.
I'll go over to my left and peek around
There's
where it sounded like she was. I'm sure
There's
there's
like-
nothing there.
I'm like, you're getting warmer as she like gets closer, and then she gets out like, you're red hot.
Lulu brings up like a stump and just like like this to its jag.
Gonna go ahead and tap my temple and say, "Your friend just threw that into the din of the blood war." I'm not surprised, but I am amazed.
I'll message back. I kind of figured it was something like that. But I'll still pretend to look, just
Lulu
Two.
comes over like right up close next to you and starts like with her trunk sniffing the debris. After about a minute, she looks at you and she's like, "What are we looking for?"
the thing you hid for me. You hid it really well. I can't find it. Good job.
Wait, I hid something?
Yes, you hid a sword. We're trying to find it. Do you remember where you hid it?
I love this game. It's like that one game where somebody counts and another person is not like there.
Oh,
just
Among
can't-
Us.
I just can't remember the name of the game.
See?
What are we looking for?
I forgot. I'll let you know.
Okay. I hope we find it.
Me too. I'm gonna keep trying different ways to try to get her to tell me.
I understand that, but like I've got to go with like what I've got of the character.
I know.
So
It's fine.
All right, what do you guys
It's-
want to do?
It's on Fringe where they're trying to get Walter to remember something.
Yep, pretty much.
Hey, if you were gonna hide something somewhere, which bank would you put it in? Oh, this one.
How's the thoroughfare look on this side?
Give me a perception check.
Oh, yeah. Advantage toggle.
Clear
Oh, no.
as
The wrong way.
day.
Lovely. Let's go.
So we'll, I guess, try to make it through this pathway right here by the bridge. Can we? Like, right here. Between these two buildings.
Sure.
I just don't want to be so close to the edge, you know?
As you are traveling along, Jag, you begin to feel, again, a bit of anxiety, a bit of trepidation, and even a hint of anger.
Can
Oddly
I
enough.
look around again and try to like?
Sure. Roll a perception check.
Coming from?
You are looking around, sort of like scanning the area to find like anything that might potentially set you off. You see an alleyway off to your right-hand side. Down the alleyway, you can make out two individuals. One of them shorter than anybody in your party, almost the size of the two young humans that you're now escorting, and a small flying figure. You seem to be talking down an alley off to your right.
Does it look like they see us?
They are involved in whatever conversation they are having. This is the individual that's flying.
Oh. How far away?
30 feet or so down an alley.
Particularly like imps. But I'm curious. I have 45 feet of movement. Can I want to go up and just like grab him. My hands.
Well, as you begin to dart towards the alley, Lucca and Robyn, you see Jag like making a beeline, like sort of storming off towards an alley. Do you want to follow her or him? Sorry, him. Do you want to follow the character?
I will keep my distance and ready my wand.
Okay. As you get closer, Jag, you realize that the smaller individual seems to be a halfling. You are now about 20 feet away, and they are having a conversation. The halfling says, in common, says, "Well, I mean, that sounds like a really good deal. Honestly, my family and I would be safe." The flying creature says, "Oh, yeah, just sign it," and seems to hold out a piece of paper towards the smaller individual.
At this point, I want to, like, as I get within range, instead of grabbing it, seeing that, and seeing it try to coerce them into a deal, I want to bring my greatsword down on it.
Okay. You can make an attack roll, but you're going to do so. Yeah, go ahead and make an attack roll. I would say a disadvantage though. Just humor your DM for a minute.
Okay. A disadvantage?
Yes, disadvantage. bring the great sword from your back and you bring it down and it stops before the creature actually gets hit. It physically feels like aluminum baseball bat on like something solid for just a moment when you feel this sort of like calmness about you. You feel this odd serenity. And you wonder if this particular situation requires a different approach. You are in mid-swing when both of the individuals in the alley realize that you are there. Your party members are not but 5-10 feet behind you.
Okay, I'll alter my swing.
Yeah.
Down to the ground.
Still holding on to your greatsword. I understand. You could keep it in that pose. It's not like fighting you. You don't feel it fighting you. You just feel it's like it's stopped this thing.
What is going on here?
Oh, hi. I didn't even know anybody else was alive around here. It's really good to see you. My name is Pillister. Pillister Pebblechuck.
Nice to meet you, Pillister.
What do you want?
Stuff from the imp.
Yeah.
What I want.
Let me think of a different voice. What do you want?
What are you doing?
Well, I've... Give me a persuasion at advantage. Well, I've been hiding with my family in the basement of our bakery. We're running out of food, though. I thought I'd come up to the streets to search for provisions. This guy... what's your name again? Burlix. He's offered me a month's food for the low price of my soul. I was thinking about to sign the contract. And you can see in Perlux's hands, he's got a piece of something.
No amount of food is worth your soul.
I'm going to ask Perlux in Infernal who
Perchulux, sorry.
Alright.
Perchulux.
I'm going to ask Perchulus who he is doing business in the name of.
He just kind of looks at you for just a moment. My master?
And whom do you serve?
She who shall reign supreme over all time.
Zariel seriously outsourced contract work to an imp. Why don't you
Roll an insight. Go ahead, finish what you were saying.
so the insight I'd say why don't you surrender that before you really agitate the big one.
There's a a message for you.
Hmm.
Listen, this is none of your business. Why don't you guys just go on? He's just trying to get food for his family.
I will walk up and interpose myself.
The
These
kind of,
people-
like, flaps back a little bit.
These people have been through enough. Go get your contract signed somewhere else.
The contract is snatched out of the imp's hands by the halfling, who hands it to Lucca.
I'm going
Like
to.
I'm really glad that you guys came along. If you guys could take a look at this, that'd be great. I'm having second thoughts, I think.
Okay, I am going to read it.
Roll an investigation check.
Ooh, Courtois. Oh my gosh.
Can you decipher it? Would you like me to look at it?
Do I ascertain any meaning from this with my 4? For what it's worth, it looks like a fair deal.
I'd like to.
Yeah, take a look at it. Go ahead and roll
I
an
wanna-
investigation.
Not a
As
one.
she's stumbling upon it,
It's
as
not
well.
a one.
I want to be and I see this look of befoulment on her face.
Message to Robyn.
I will take a look at it.
Roll an investigation. Well, what do you guys see? Is it a good deal?
It appears to be a fair deal as
So-
far as deals go. However,
Oh, go ahead.
in my experience, selling your soul is never a good idea.
Oh, I understand that. But it's a month's food. My family, they're starving already.
You would be damned for eternity.
But for my family? I mean, isn't there anything that you wouldn't do for the ones you loved?
Listen, halfling, you hear the din below us, the constant clattering of weapons on weapons never ceasing.
Yeah, maybe?
Well, co-sign yourself to that, and you will be fodder in all of that business.
For eternity.
Well, I mean... I guess.
Your alternative is to
Starve?
go get your family, and we will escort you to the High Hall. That is where we're going.
Message to Jag. I mean...
From
but it's like super dangerous out here, and I've got 2 children that are really small.
Yeah, so does the other person in our accoutrement, and she's done better since she's met us.
Roll a persuasion.
Lucca's holding this contract for as long as he can.
I want to roll a I don't know, maybe like an insight or something to knowing what I know that even in a deal that looks good, buy an imp in Avernus is still probably not good. Um, could I, in good conscience, with my oath to protect the innocent, let this deal be signed?
I would like you to go ahead and roll an insight, but you may have advantage. Lucca, I would like you to roll another investigation.
Okay.
Okay.
That was intimidation.
That's fine. Go ahead and roll the investigation. Okay. I need Jag for like 5 minutes, so if Lucca and Robyn could do the old headset thing.
Yep.
I'll message you when you can come back.
I'm gonna step away for a second.
That's fine. Jag, you are standing there contemplating your oath that you've taken to this sword and whether or not you can let this happen. The blade itself seems to be emanating the feelings that you have been having so far in Avernus. You're wondering if that has anything to do with the fact that telepathic communication is observed in this layer of the Hells. Perhaps it's trying to communicate to you in such a way that isn't overheard by anyone else. The current feeling that you seem to be getting is emanating strongly from your blade. But it is not fear of what this person might do or might not do. It seems to be fear of what you might do. There seems to be something larger at work than your oath. And it feels like using brute force might betray whatever is larger at work. I'm going to bring back the others, okay?
Yeah.
They're not even looking at me! Hey, you with the face! Spirit fingers. Okay, what do you got? Because apparently we've got a few minutes.
Alright, so would I guess then that, like, that if it can't be persuaded to not, that I wouldn't be breaking my oath by letting it.
Give me another
Like-
insight.
Is this one still at advantage or normal?
You can do it at advantage. I don't mind.
I guess the other.
Okay. You don't feel anything from the blade as soon as you ask that question. All fear ceased. You do not feel anger, you do not feel fear, and you're not sure exactly how to take that information.
God, this is so.
That's what happens when you have bad rolls. Brendan, you can come back! Brendan!
It doesn't help.
I'm just going to text him and just be like, Brendan, come back. I'm sorry. I know that didn't help, but that's just the way sometimes the rolls go. So,
I know.
There we go. Alright, you can come back now.
Ooh, Rachel's not here.
I know.
Brendan, I'll tell you, because I know you're a big fan of these. A player in my campaign is a doppelganger.
Yeah, I know. You've said earlier.
Oh yeah, I couldn't remember if I told you. Yeah. the
Yep.
group just found out. Well, at least Will did. And the others have suspicions.
Oh yeah, I have big suspicions, but I was able to determine exactly what had happened because of where my character's from. So
Well, it didn't help. I told him, as like, he's like, he tried to play it off, and I'm like, it's not going to help that we had somebody who wanted to switch characters, so it's already. So like, trying to use your ability, I'm like, I can't. He wanted to play it off like his character died. I'm like,
we
it's
are, of
like,
course, talking about Rime of the Frost Maiden, which is Everlasting Winter, which you can see here on Gear Gaming 365's YouTube channel.
Gee.
Lucca, you come back
Yes.
as you are studying the contractors more here than what the halfling is bargaining for. It's just taking you just a little bit longer to like find it in the fine print, so to speak. There's a lot of legalese in this particular contract. So do you want to give it one more go? You can feel free to do so at advantage. I'm going to give this advantage to you due to the fact that you're a cult investigator, the fact that you've seen Fabius's Krieg's contract, and that you've signed your own contract.
I have signed my own contract.
You, sir,
Jeez.
cannot roll high enough to discover whatever information is hidden in this particular contract. From all intents and purposes, this contract is above the level and standard. I need Jag to mute for just a minute. It's a blank contract. It needs his signature. You need a soul.
I do.
You have a contract.
Yes.
While they're arguing, perhaps you should change it. Make it so he sells his soul for you.
I like how things have aligned. And I believe that we're going to have a bountiful partnership. I will use my charlatan background to adjust it so that this halfling will take on my debt and the imp will take up collections with Bell.
Okay. I want a sleight of hand. Are you proficient with sleight of hand?
I am.
Okay, good. I want a sleight of hand, and then a straight intelligence roll to word it properly for the best of both worlds. It's fine.
Needs to be normal.
Nope.
Okay.
It's fine.
And then
Just a regular intelligence roll. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. As you guys are standing around, Lucca has been perusing the contract. The imp and the halfling are there. The halfling says to Lucca, "Well, can I have it back? Listen,
Yes.
I think I've been out too long at this point in time, and I need to get back to my family. You guys all seem to say that it's a good deal, so I think I might just sign it."
It is a fair deal, and, well, we can't save them all. He can affect his family, and if we're fortunate enough, the overarching deal that holds El Terrell here will be broken, and if there's any good in the cosmos, this pressured deal can surely be adjudicated. Save your family, halfling.
I definitely need to do that. The halfling looks
Well-
to the rest of the party, to Jag and to Robyn.
I'm gonna look at Lucca.
Look and say, I fortunately don't know enough about contracts. It looks above board, but in my experience, it never is. I would encourage you to come with us instead, but if you choose to take it, then I would not stop you.
We're here to break Fabius's Krieg's own contract. I believe that the subsequent ones that are caused under the purview of the circumstances will be nullified. We can only hope. And besides, Robyn, if Zariel can be swayed to the forces of good, she may renege the contracts made in her name. As the imp has stated, this contract is with her.
I don't feel right about this, but I will get down on a knee with the halfling and hold out my hands and say, "May I?"
Well, yeah.
Like, motion for him to put his hands in mine.
He extends his hands to yours.
I would like to just send up a personal silent prayer to Seraphina to watch over his soul and protect him and his family in the event that we can't undo this.
Okay. He takes his hands away after you're done with your prayer, and he grabs the pen that the imp has offered him, and he begins signing his name on the contract. As soon as he's done signing his name, the pen disappears in a little puff of sulfur. The imp grabs the contract. He looks at it. You've bought yourself food. He snaps his fingers. It's with your family. Go. Join them. Enjoy your food while it lasts. The halfling turns to you all. From Pebblechuck family? Thank you from the bottom of my heart. You have all been a great help. And he scurries away down an alley, darting between houses to rejoin his family. The imp continues to stare very hardly at the contract itself. I want Jag and Robyn to both roll perception checks. Okay. He starts to roll it back up, looks towards the group. He seems to be looking specifically at a member of your group. I don't like it. But I don't have to, do I? He disappears.
I'll look
From
over at
sight.
Lucca.
You know what I love
Did you
about
change
this
it?
place? They can't lie, but I can.
What did you lie about?
Oh, that's the beauty of it. I believe that's between the contract issuer and the contract signee. I'm just a middleman after all.
Did you see your message, Robyn?
Yes. What was in the contract that he was upset about?
Oh, it's just a matter of a soul.
well, the matter of a soul is a big deal to me. So,
Would you really
I-
like to know, or would you like to get these other innocents to safety and potentially free Elturel?
getting them to safety as much as possible is priority.
And that, ladies and gentlemen, is where we're going to leave tonight's episode.
Yes!
To send it to Avernus. I think that's a perfect opportunity.
I'm giving you this, like, we're not done talking.
That's
Don't worry, it is
perfectly.
But I see
Now-
your point.
it is now Lucca's goal to get Elturel done. He's happy.
That's all we've got tonight for Gear Gaming 365's Descent into Avernus. I hope everyone here had a hell of a good time, because I know as a Dungeon Master I certainly did. I think I've been wanting to run a campaign in the Nine Hells since Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition. In fact, I think I did run one way back then, and I made little visitor badges made of human skin that anytime a devil would come around my group of adventurers, it would say, "Visitor!" and like let them know, and they got, yeah, it was really messed up. I think my good friend Bill was part of that campaign, but anyway, that's a story for another day. Thank you very much for joining us. If you could be anything out there in the world, please be kind, say goodnight, everybody.
Hey,
Good night.
good night.
Don't forget to
Wait.
subscribe and like our
Wait.
channels. What are we waiting for?
That.
Don't forget to subscribe and like to our channels, and we appreciate you out there in the real world. Thank you very much. Good night.
See ya.